Sometimes when the world is so sunny and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
So yes, that was our brand new intro done by a friend of ours. Yay.
Yay, it was so good.
He was supposed to be on today, but he couldn't. He had some stuff going on. So
I need more cowbell.
There was no cowbell.
I need some drums in there.
Well, on your version, you can do that.
Cowbell.
So welcome to episode 4.
4.
Yeah, we're plugging right along for all our listeners who aren't there. We have a guest today. That's what
intro. You're not going to introduce me?
I make my guests introduce themselves.
Why?
Because, well, first of all, we don't know what we're calling you, but I'll introduce you.
Okay.
This is Marshall, and that's it. Oh, my God.
Hey, thank you, everybody. It's great to be here. I love it. Thank you.
He comes with his own sound effects.
I had that all planned,
God,
and
I should have known.
he ruined it.
Oh. I'm glad I ruined it, because that was terrible. The whole time you're like, oh, we need a soundboard. We need to do this. We need to do that.
Don't you want to be good?
No, I want to be mediocre at best, or as some other people like to say, trash.
You want to be trash?
Yeah, that's
got
what
a
I'm going
theme
for.
song.
I'm just going for trash.
All right, so
So this is where you introduce yourself. You tell us what you like in the world of nerd and things that pique your interest.
So, things I like. I'm more into the 80s decade.
Okay.
Music, the shows, the movies. When it gets into the 90s, it gets a little fuzzy.
So the drugs. Okay, so like what?
Right now, I'm heavily involved in Automan.
God,
The Amazing Show. What is that?
what? It's
Oh,
I don't even remember it. I've seen
Manimal is the greatest.
I don't remember that either.
I
know
he turns into animals.
Yeah, I know. It's Animorphs.
yeah, that's that's Animorphs.
But he can do any animal.
Well, they could do any animal too.
Any
They had
one
to, like-
character can become multiple.
I think so. The way it was you could any of those creature things that had that power could change into that animal, and then you could touch something or get its DNA somehow and then change again.
Yes.
Because there was the one thing where like
Yes.
if you stay in that form too long, you turn into that thing. But you're still your creature, so that would be your final form, but then you can still change into something else. Clearly it wasn't well written or anything.
See, Manimal
And
can
it's
just
making a
do
comeback.
whatever he wants when he wants.
So it's just a really hairy guy.
No, Simon McCorkindale is a beautiful man.
Simon McCorkindale.
That's his
That's
name.
a beautiful name.
It is.
Okay. What else? What else we got?
But see, the point is,
Uh-oh.
let's say there's trouble down the road. Someone's being murdered or something.
You call the police.
So, no.
Oh, right. In 80s fiction.
Manimal would transform, which took
To a-
about 20 minutes to go through all the effects, and then he's right into the action.
That's quick.
That's
Yes, that's
so
quick.
speedy.
Well, you got to remember what Superman had to go undress in a phone booth.
He could have just done that right where he is and took off.
Well, why can't he just? There's so many better heroes back then. You got Airwolf, everyone's favorite.
Airwolf.
A-Team.
Streethulk outdoes Airwolf. Sorry.
No.
Yes.
Nope. Airwolf is far superior. The theme song is far superior.
How? You're limited in what you can do.
You're in a helicopter. You just fly over things and blow them up.
So you can't just blow up stuff in the city. What if someone's getting robbed, bank robbers,
You blow them up.
and they take? No, you can't just kill people. You're
No.
gonna blow up everybody.
No, they're very specific missiles.
Streethulk gets
Back-
right in there.
I don't even remember Street Hawk.
It's Airwolf on a motorcycle.
So it's a motorcycle. It's a.
Top secret attack motorcycle.
Does it drive itself?
No. Does Airwolf fly itself? No.
No, but Knight Rider does.
Yes, but we didn't even talk about that.
Well, I know,
It's
but
not
still, I'm
Knight
trying
Rider
to.
on a
So it's just a
motorcycle.
motorcycle. That's all it is.
It's Airwolf in motorcycle
I'm
form.
gonna have a rough time this episode.
We don't even have to bother with notes at this point. It's just going to be arguing back and forth.
I'm gonna have a really rough time with this episode.
At least the audio should be good because we're just going to be yelling at each other.
Like clearly.
So, where were we?
Uh,
So it's a motorcycle. It's just a freaking motorcycle.
a
That's
heli-
all it is.
super
helicopter
high-tech
versus or-
motorcycle. It can travel 300 miles per hour.
What if you got to make a turn
You churn.
at 300 miles an hour?
Yeah, it's streethulk.
I'm going to have to watch this documentary. Why is it a hawk on a street?
That's its code name.
But why?
Okay, important question for the unknowing. You're not talking about like the Hulk, right? This has
Like the bird.
nothing
No.
to do with
This
that.
has nothing to do with
Like a bird.
the hawk.
Oh,
This is a hawk.
Okay, I did not hear that correctly.
Flat street. Yes, Street Hawk.
When
Now
you
that's a show I would watch.
when you think
It's
of a
hawk.
motorcycle,
I
what
think-
animal would you associate that with?
The hawk.
Hawk.
Clearly, when you think of things that go really fast on wheels down the street, it's a bird.
Isn't a motorcycle referred to as a hog, not a hawk?
I don't think you want to call it a street hog.
See, there you go. You got air wolf, a wolf on ground in air. See, don't you see what's happening here?
Yeah, it doesn't make any
that
sense.
Hawk
Yeah, I
on
guess so.
ground going. See?
It makes no sense. Got it.
That-
Understood.
That makes sense though.
It
Airwolf,
does.
street hog.
Then you got park into a volcano. So
That's the best place to come out. Everything good came out of a fucking Mask. They had like a mountain mountain base.
but then little what's his name? Stringfellow Hawk, he had to walk all the way to a volcano.
We're getting
get into it.
We're getting into territory that I don't even know.
when they,
so
when, that's his name.
who? I don't.
Stringfellow Hawk? The
Stringfe-
guy who flies.
Oh, is it, I don't remember that shit like that. I remember the intro and the
Plays
cool
cello.
song. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about. I don't watch that shit no more.
Okay.
I tried
Never
to
mind.
get Poe to watch it, and she wasn't watch it. She didn't even watch through the intro of it.
See, Mask, their whole base was in the volcano.
Nope.
Yeah,
He had to walk from his house all the way to the volcano.
but if he just lived in the volcano, he would have been just fine.
Nah. Because he has people come over all the time.
He's
can't
got no
entertain
friends. He's got no friends. He's got to fly a helicopter.
He has the guy with the eye patch that tells him what to do.
They can all live in the volcano.
No.
Yes.
Plumbing?
What? You're in a volcano. Shit in the lava.
No, that's going to smell.
No, it's not. It's going to burn.
It goes down. Just
No.
natural
can't
gravity
see-
naturally
You're
will
using
take
your
it away
hand-
from you.
You're using your hands a lot.
I know. Gravity will naturally take all the
No,
fecal
he's at
matter
the
down the
bottom
hill.
of a volcano.
Oh, the bottom.
Because volcanoes just abruptly
Silly.
end on a flat
Silly
ground.
me. Silly me.
That's not a volcano then. It's just a hollowed out mountain.
It's a volcano.
It's a hollowed out mountain.
They said volcano.
Okay. I don't even know where we
But I don't know what we started on.
I don't know.
Your
You were saying what you
interests.
liked.
Yes.
Yeah.
80 stuff.
Okay. What kind
And
of toys, cartoons? You're just mentioning the only thing you've talked about
I'll
right
go
now
with 80s
is a bike
toys.
for 500.
a
Alex.
bike. Street Hawk is amazing.
Okay.
80s toys. Can you give like
but
specific
Knight Rider
examples?
is on top. Knight Rider toys. Love them. Turtles. Anything turtles.
Oh, I have your toy too, in a box over there. Your
Thank you.
Megatron.
Megatron
Yeah.
from the 90s. But we're talking about the 80s, so get with it.
My apologies.
You told me. Okay.
What did I tell you?
Hmm?
What?
To say what I'm talking about.
Okay, talk about
And
it.
then he interrupts you.
I interrupt all the time. Yeah,
Jeez.
you've listened to this podcast. You know.
How do you stay married to this guy?
Patience is.
Oh, shut
virtue.
up. I like how, like, in the audio feed, we're, like, really loud, and then now we're really quiet.
Because I keep forgetting to stay up on the mic.
No, because you're yelling.
This is uncomfortable.
You can sit back. Move the microphone with
But then
you.
it makes little noises.
Just keep it in one spot.
Can I get a lapel mic?
No, you cannot.
God.
We're not fancy
You can
enough
pay
for,
for
those.
it, and then we can do it.
We're not fancy enough for those.
Okay, this is where you keep talking. No.
Yeah, boo.
You're not going to be invited back if you bring your own. All right, you're not. Yeah, this is the first and only ever showing of you being on here.
What?
You're
Everyone loves me. Listen,
Let's
No.
they love me. Oh, God.
take his phone away. This is
All right.
stupid.
I'll put it away. No
If you-
more.
Okay. Any other interests other than soundboards?
No, if my interest, I go through a whole range, like movies, games, and all, but I love just the 80s stuff. NES, play it anytime. Sega is boring.
No,
know.
you're boring. Sega's far superior. Everyone knows it.
It's only 16-bit. Nintendo, 8-bit.
Yeah, so it's twice as better.
It's twice
Twice
as
as good.
too much.
Why? Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
twice as too much.
Why?
8-bit,
Nintendo
Nintendo got
did Super
along just
Nintendo.
fine. And where is Sega now? What console do they have? Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, okay.
They only needed to do the cartridge. Once they got it, once the cartridge went away, they were like, you know what? Fuck this. We don't need to do this no more. So that's it.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yep, that's exactly
It's
what it
because
is.
no one bought the Dreamcast?
I want Sega Saturn so bad.
Game Gear is the only good Saturn. Or Sega.
I've never.
Oh,
never
I
played
still
it.
have it.
no. Sega Genesis is far superior. I
See?
do love Sega Genesis.
What was cool about that was when you get all the attachments, the Sega CD
No,
and the 3D, the 32X on top.
No.
I've never done the 32X.
Hmm.
But don't need to.
This is sad.
You're sad. Is that all? Is that all you're interested in? How
I
about the
lost
90s?
My,
Are you
I lost
in?
my 90s? What can I go with the 90s here?
I don't know. I'm waiting to hear.
I gotta think.
Oh, I'm glad.
I'll
you
go with the
pre-planned.
newer incarnations of the 80s stuff.
Such as
Knight
So-
Rider as a Ford Mustang.
Well, Knight Rider had two different Mustangs. Knight Rider had the most reboots than any other show I could think of. Because you had the original Knight Rider, then Knight Rider 2000, Knight Rider 2010,
Okay, that's
Team
3.
Knight Rider.
That's 4.
That's not 4.
You just said list.
And then
4.
the new, the Mustang version.
Okay. So you're saying there's never been as many reboots as Knight Rider?
I'm just thinking
In any
like of an
show.
80s show, like how many-
Transformers?
Transformers.
No, I meant like an actual
Live
Oh,
action.
live
No,
action.
you didn't
like
say
an
that.
80. Yeah,
You didn't say that.
Airwolf surely didn't.
It didn't need to. One and
Because
done,
it crashed
baby.
into a
Your-
mountain.
Your car got beat by
And the
a
guy-
tractor trailer.
That guy don't even have a leg anymore. He's dead anyways. Hasselhoff is still the greatest German ever.
Okay.
No one's going to argue with that.
What? I was going to argue that he's the greatest German ever.
David Hasselhoff.
Is not the greatest German ever.
Who?
I
who
love
is?
David Hasselhoff.
Not David Hasselhoff. You love David. Oh God.
What's wrong
And I'm the one who likes trash.
What's
All
wrong
right.
with David
All right.
Hasselhoff? He's a delight.
No, he's not. Anyway,
How was he beat by a tractor trailer? What do you mean?
wasn't Knight Rider evil? Wasn't there an evil tractor trailer in Knight Rider?
Goliath, which
Yeah.
was defeated.
Didn't he get destroyed? Didn't
he
Knight
just-
Rider get destroyed?
You just build him right back up.
Okay, but he got destroyed. Did he not?
He never really like died or anything.
Well,
Dented up and stuff, but
He's a computer program.
computer
they
was
just
still
popped out
functioning.
the drive and then plugged it back into something. See?
no.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Okay. Okay.
That
So
was the evil David Hasselhoff. Garth Knight.
Jesus. All right. But now that everyone's gotten through 20 minutes of that,
Is this show over yet?
yes, it is. I want to point
Are
out.
we
so-
canceled?
Yeah, we can't. We're not getting paid, so we're definitely not getting canceled. We're going to go until I don't know. I die, which might be soon. Shut up.
It better not be.
So I just want to. So on we promote and we send out our podcast through Podbean, so we get statistics on who listens to us. Surprisingly, people listen to us. So I just want to go over and point out that we have 2 listeners we have 2 downloads from New Zealand and 1 from UK.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Do they show the length that they listen to?
I don't.
They just
know.
downloaded it by accident.
By accident, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we also have our highest one is Pennsylvania because that's where we're from. Most of our friends are there. But we got 6 from Wisconsin. We got 4 Massachusetts. We got Maryland. We got Illinois, and Jersey, Virginia, West Virginia. I would love to know who they are.
Thank you to all the listeners out there.
Please hit us up.
Does it show when they deleted it after they downloaded it?
They were all downloaded by mistake. I guarantee you. Because when you go onto the podcast or on any podcast streaming thing, which we're on, if you just click on it by accident, it will auto-download.
Listen.
So someone was like, why is there a creepy clown on the thing?
Mistaken downloads
Count.
come out to be beautiful subscriptions, okay? They're going to download it by accident, listen to it, and love it.
Did they subscribe?
I don't have no idea. I can only know the people who subscribe off of Podbean. I don't know anything else. So I have no idea. I'm guessing no.
What's the technology in New Zealand? They probably had little flip phones. They didn't know what was going on.
Are you just trying to get rid of whoever's listening to us?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was, 1 from New Zealand, and we've had 3 shows.
You said 2 from New Zealand.
Oh, 1 from UK.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, you
the
said
numbers.
2 from New Zealand, 1 from UK.
So, whatever. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
I'm not buying it.
Oh, ye of little faith.
But yeah, so we're having lots of guests. We're probably going to have another guest next week, which is cool. Evidently, someone that we know around here listened to the podcast and is snitching on things. We will call him the king of Ingleton.
Oh God, that jerk!
Right? Texting you, hey, did you know he's Dunkle's got a podcast and in 5 seconds he's already talked about you and someone else. All right, so I do want to mention that 2 people died this week. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's the saying of his last name, Chad Boseman.
Mm-hmm. Chadwick Boseman, yeah.
Yeah, so he passed away, 43 years old.
He was 43 and had colon cancer.
And he got diagnosed right before he got the part of Black Panther.
He made in the last he was diagnosed 6 years ago. In the last 6 years, he's made incredible films, and the whole time he had colon cancer. What an amazing man! I'm so saddened by his passing. It's so sad, and he was so talented. He was an extremely talented actor. It is definitely a shame. We lost a very talented man.
And they're pushing for him his part not to be recast. So,
which I agree with. I think
well,
I think it should be the sister, Shuri, and I think that would be good. I think that the storyline of Black Panther lends itself really well to somebody taking over for him.
Well, yeah, but it could also be Michael B. Jordan.
Well, in the comics, the sister did take over.
Yeah, but
it has to be in the bloodline.
Mm-hmm. It has to be somebody.
Well,
from him.
Michael B. Moore was in the bloodline.
Michael B. Jordan.
Why do I say Moore?
I don't know.
I don't know. But wasn't the sister being talked about for replacing Iron Man?
Ooh.
So
I wasn't sure about that, but we'll see. Either way, the storyline lends itself well to somebody taking over for him, but I definitely feel like they should not recast him, the character. I think that they should leave it alone.
Yeah, they're going to do something because they're going to want their money, and Black Panther made a lot of money, so they're going to keep doing. They're going to figure it out that for whatever reason.
but they have enough money. They could just let it go.
You really think they're gonna just let it go?
Like
They're
Disney's hurting. Oh, we need this money. Let's
Yeah.
put
Yeah, they are.
honor them.
I think
And then
they'll
that's it.
definitely make another Black Panther, but I think making another movie would honor his character as long as they
That's what
don't
that's what
recast it.
Disney's gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna honor his character by recasting it.
The woman
They
who
better not
played the
recast.
sister, do you think she can hold up a movie?
I most certainly think she can. I thought she was
Ah.
phenomenal.
She is good, but she's like that secondary character.
Yeah.
That's
what
the
I
part.
think.
And
I think she could hold up her own movie.
okay, but we'll see. I mean, she did play that secondary character really well. She was a good supporting cast, but I don't know.
They'll probably do something dumb. What? He has a twin brother somewhere that looks nothing like him? Huh?
No, they'll just say, "Oh, whatever, Killmonger," right?
Killmonger was Michael B. Jordan's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll just be like, he didn't die. Like we thought he did, but we knew he didn't, but he might have done."
And now he's not so evil.
Yeah, well, he wasn't evil at the end. He was like, "Oh, I understand," or whatever. Whatever. I don't know. We gotta watch that movie again. But the second person who died was Norm Spencer.
Who's that?
That was the voice of Cyclops for the animated series X-Men. Now, I never liked
I never liked Cyclops.
I hate Cyclops, but I did like the voice acting of Cyclops. But yeah, as a character, I don't like Cyclops. Never did. I don't like any leader
He
characters.
seems boring now.
like most leaders. Leonardo, they're all in blue too.
Yeah.
Blue is a very historically leadership color.
But anyway, we're sorry to hear about his passing. He did a bunch of voices for different things. So we're sorry to hear about that as well. But as a side note, it seems like all major hero characters from the 80s, they suck. Like the leaders, Leonardo, Cyclops. Who else was running teams?
A team?
Yeah, back then. Or still today.
I think the best one ever would be the leader of Voltron, the Black Line. His name was Keith. I just think it's a great name. And
It's
then
a terrible name, but anyway. I never watched Voltron.
What about Optimus Prime?
he was kind of a punk.
He is. He's in. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He falls in that line where he's like too good to do anything that actually will matter. Like, oh, I can't do that. Someone will get hurt, or I can't do that. That goes against my morals, which I mean is upstanding. But
I feel like that's a leader's position, though. They're supposed to be that ultimate good that leads and lets other people take ownership of actions. I think that that's what makes the leader character something that is in everything. It's like you need that balance.
in a little bit of a run, there was Wolverine who ran the X-Men. Let's just say that, and it was a pretty good run. And he doesn't lead like that. And then that new Turtles. Did you watch that? The Rise of the.
I couldn't get into it.
Did you watch it? You watched some of it,
Yeah.
though. It was bad, right? I
It's
assume.
horrible.
I didn't watch it, but what? Raphael was the leader,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. That's the first ever incarnation of the Turtles that I didn't get figures for. I have every
The figures weren't
incarnation.
good either, were they?
No, but
Like, they didn't
compared
look
to the
good.
art of the show, yeah, they held up. But
But like, I didn't think they were too articulated or anything.
no, they were very thin and flimsy,
Okay.
and the pins were rubbery. I felt like for the joint, the pin held.
Where did you get your hands on them? Did you buy them?
No, what do you call them? Like loose bins and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never even seen them in loose bins. I just assumed no one bought them, and if they did, they
That
threw them
place
away.
in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, well, maybe if they're open and they're cheap, I'll get
Yeah.
it. But I threw it back. Show was horrible.
But speaking of reincarnates, we started playing the new Battletoads
Yes.
for a very short.
I actually
amount
like
of-
it.
I gotta get over the art. Like the art looks good, but
I
it's
think
not.
it looks great. They should make a cartoon of that. Do you remember the Battletoads cartoon? It's pretty bad.
There was a battle. I don't know of any Battletoads cartoon.
Came right on after the California Raisins.
I do remember that, and I have that on DVD.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Mm.
great show.
The worst show was the Rubik's Cube.
I don't know that show.
They had a cartoon Rubik's Cube. He'd help kids out.
Was he the size of a Rubik's Cube, or
Yeah.
was he a full size like
Did
human?
he have arms, legs?
Yeah, he's like little floaty arms and stuff.
You know what show I watched when I was a little kid, and I enjoyed it, but I don't know why. Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
What? Like,
Why
why?
was it?
Why was that a good? Why was that an idea for a show where you have a ghost that writes stuff?
He couldn't write. He rearranged letters
yeah,
to
okay,
make new
yeah.
words.
Yeah, but like,
Misleading.
I don't remember. Like, I watched almost every episode of that, and I don't remember anything about it except that it was a ghost that. Like, what was the point of it? I don't even remember. Do you? Of
Well,
course
they-
you do. You got the whole thing memorized.
They solved crimes. It was like a little detective thing. Something happened in a neighborhood. Miss Johnson's mail goes missing every Tuesday. Ghost Rider, let's help solve this. And then he'll come rearrange letters and make a cryptic thing that's pointless. And then they figure it out later and save the day.
Okay, all right. And then
Solid.
Yeah.
perfect.
Solid
That
premise.
I think that was either on before or after Wishbone.
I
Yeah.
love Wishbone.
Wishbone was good.
It didn't age well.
Yes, it did. I watched it a few years ago on YouTube, and it was pretty good. I'd buy that on DVD.
Okay.
Now on
Just-
Channel 12, do you remember MathNet?
Yes.
I loved MathNet.
Don't remember much about it, but wasn't it around the Carmen Sandiego,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Around that stuff.
I
Yeah.
remember Carmen Sandiego.
the game show? Not the no, it wasn't cartoon. It was,
I remember the cartoon.
I can't find it on YouTube or anything, so I'm gonna have to look more. But it was a game show
Yeah.
kind of thing. But the opening was like a barbershop
The
quartet.
Rockefeller.
Yeah, and they would just sing the intro to it, and that's all I really remember. And it was pretty awesome. And it was like, for some reason, I want to say it would look like it was in a train station or something, but it wasn't. I can't remember. It was like in the set where they had the 3 contestants or whatever.
Yeah.
It was in something. I don't know.
I think it was a train because it
Was
gave
it
that
train? Because
idea
of travel.
Because you would, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just.
Because I had that big board, and then you would have to solve the clues and go different, countries and stuff and chase her down.
Yeah, I don't remember all that. I just remember the intro singing.
And then if you win, you get like $100 or something.
Yeah, it was something like
yeah.
that.
And
It was, yeah.
a year's worth of Kraft macaroni and cheese or something.
That's not a bad deal.
Mm.
That stuff's good.
And those kids died from it. So, R.I.P.
Wow, rude. No, they didn't. They're still alive.
Nah,
They're very important people nowadays.
I don't think so.
They are. All right. So, since you're the guest, we talk about the things we've done in the past week or whatever. Did you do anything worthwhile this week? Did you order anything? Did you watch anything? Did you eat anything that wasn't normal food?
I watched Automan, and I discovered when he kisses someone, they get a little shock from his computerizations. And the women, really like it.
He's just wearing socks,
very
and he's like,
orgasmic.
what was the? It was the Family Guy thing where you just scoot across the floor like, and then zap.
Yep.
That's
the
his
static
power.
Well, see,
electricity.
He is Static Man.
He's a hologram, so it takes a lot of power to become solid to touch. And sometimes you get a little shock from that transition. It's science. Look it up.
I told you, babe, that he watches horrible shit, and that's coming from me.
Your downloads are going to triple when
Okay,
they hear
yeah.
about Automan.
Oh, Automan. Woo. Yeah, no one's gonna. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is Automan?"
I have no idea
What?
what you're
I
talking
don't even
about.
know when channel was that on. Was that cable?
NBC,
Was it?
yes, by the great Glenn A. Larson.
Whatever. All right. So what else?
He created Knight Rider,
Boring. Is that all?
Magnum PI,
I didn't like
Nightman.
that shit show. I do remember that. Just the
And
cover.
who was on Nightman? A guest appearance? Manimal. Wow, wow. That's when he turned into the Panther.
Okay.
Whiskers would come out.
Well, clearly
And
you
then
need
his-
whiskers.
His friends are looking at his watch like, hurry up, we got to save the day. Transform.
Come on, she's getting murdered now. You what? 20 minutes later, she's going to be dead.
Well, when he turned into the snake, can you imagine a man turn into a snake? Turn into a dog, yeah, you could probably do that in 10 minutes. But snake, come on, you need the time.
Okay. All right, so it's just, okay.
I remember Animorphs taking no time at all to change.
Yeah, it was like instantaneous.
It was like you could see the stages, but it took like seconds.
Didn't they have crappy like CGI?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the CGI was bad. I didn't watch the show that much. I read the books. I do have an action figure of it around here somewhere.
Yeah, the CGI,
Some red thing.
The CGI was terrible, but again, it only took them seconds.
But Manimal was stop action transformation like the old time.
Oh, it was stop motion?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll check that. I'll just YouTube the transformation series.
And speaking of King of Ingleton, he loves Animorphs. He read every book.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Animorphs was okay. I mean,
They're bringing it. I heard rumor that they're bringing it back.
They've talked about it. They've talked about it before though, and it didn't come back.
I don't know.
I had a summer job at a dentist's office. The dentist's daughter worked on that show.
Huh.
Did the computer animation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Nah, it's not really. You saw the CGI.
Back then, it was probably still bad for back then.
No,
so.
it was bad.
It was horrible.
It was bad 90s either or way.
Real quick TV show stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then when they were an animal, was it an actual animal?
No, it was them in a onesie, and they'd crawl around, and they wouldn't. Let's say they turned into a cat, so they put on a cartoon cat onesie, and they were like, "Meow, I'm a cat," and that's how they pretended. They let everyone know that they were cats.
Okay, but for real.
No, they were the animal. It was.
It turned into the animal.
Yeah,
I
it was
believe.
it was a real animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't have the.
I didn't know if they stayed with the CGI theme.
No.
You know how bad that would have been. The aliens alone were like really bad.
Aliens?
You don't know anything about Animorphs. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at them. They look terrible.
Yeah.
I'll put it up on my
These kids. One guy always has a red shirt on. Like, come on. I bet the leader of that show was horrible, too. Look, she turns into a bear. Oh, where's her clothes go?
That's the thing. Their clothes disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So when they they're transformed back into human, they were naked. So that was the kind of exciting thing about it when you're reading it.
Really? They
'Cause
were
you're
naked
like-
when they came back?
Yeah. So
they
you're
were
like,
just-
as a little kid, like as a boy reading it, I was like, a girl transforms. She's like, she's naked. I'm like, all right. They don't. It's
So
a
there's
kid's
just
book.
clothes all over Animal Town.
Yeah, when you transform, the clothes just
So the
disappear.
homeless probably have like great looking outfits then.
Mhm.
They just find them.
Or you just gather your clothes.
See, that's why Manimal was so much better. When he became a snake and went back human, tuxedo, all
That-
nicely pressed,
that doesn't-
perfect.
Where was the tuxedo when he was a snake?
He
In the-
learned it.
in the
He
shop.
learned these skills. You got to learn.
To do what? And where is he hiding this suit?
It transforms.
Plot
no.
hole. Plot
Look,
hole.
It's the same plot hole as in Highlander. When you're fighting, you're in swim trunks and you're dancing and you're fighting and you're doing all of this, and all of a sudden you pull out a sword. Where was the sword?
Well, Highlander never went to the beach. He never had shorts.
They went to the beach
When?
all the time. Vacations. He lived. Duncan lived on an island for a while, and then he lived on the barge. You tell me he didn't swim in that nasty water? He did. He wasn't going to catch anything.
They never showed it.
They don't have to show it. You think everything that happened on that show was during filming? No. He did stuff outside of the cameras filming his real life as a Highlander.
But a lot of times he didn't have his sword.
He always had his sword.
Sometimes he would, when he would go to battle, he would actually pick it up and go.
Yeah, but other times, like, he's sitting in a car, he gets out of the car,
Yeah,
and then
depends on the.
there
well,
it
he has
is.
it in his car,
No.
and he has that jacket.
Nope,
that
they don't show it.
trench
Yeah,
coat.
of course.
It's
You
in
had
the trench coat.
Yeah, but you can't sit down with it where he has
It's
it.
extendable. You
It's
didn't know that?
Telescoping
that? Yeah.
sword? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing. Not that's going to cut through anything. I had the ones as a little kid, like the joust stuff, where you can flip it open and it gets like elongated, and then you
Yeah.
stab something and it just closes up.
You don't stab. You cut. You cut the head off.
Not with a jousting thing. That's what
No,
I'm
I'm
saying.
talking about Highlander. He just cuts the head
I
off.
know.
Goes on about his day. Leaves the body.
Then you just have all these headless people
Hmm.
hanging out.
Well, sometimes he'll bury him if
If he cares.
Yeah,
But he
if
doesn't
it's
care.
a friend.
Okay. Was that
That's
your
another
week?
thing. Highlander's a great '90s show.
Definitely better than the movies.
Mm-hmm. I
hate the
I could do
movies.
without the movies.
I watched I watched them all, but I really wanted to get into the last few because it had Duncan in it,
Yeah.
but it was terrible, even for his standards. It was
Mhm.
bad. She won't watch it.
I watched some of it.
You hate it. Oh, they do the whole close up with the pauses
is-
in the eyes.
This is my thing
She
with like
hates
those
80s, 90s TV shows.
Those
I tried to get her to watch Renegade too. God, that wasn't happening.
What? I can't
Reno Range.
deal with the close-ups of the face and like every couple minutes it's like right up on you can see what's up their nose.
Emotion. They're trying to convey emotion.
They do it really poorly.
No, you
especially
understand.
in Renegade.
No, you can understand what's going on.
Well, you have a 100-inch TV up there.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to
You
look
get
bad.
right up their nostrils. So, yeah. All right.
You gotta get the story. He was framed. His wife was killed.
Murder.
I remember they say it every single episode in the
and
beginning.
he was framed
Yes.
for her murder. Now he's got to go out.
Just like every
and
other
find
early
what happened.
90s TV show.
Yeah, but he rode a motorcycle and carried a shotgun. And he wore a vest without a shirt a lot of times. Long flowing hair.
That
He had
leather
a
vest.
Yeah, he had
The
a
leather vest, yeah.
Ah,
he had people living in a Winnebago helping him out. Native American and his daughter, who was white. It's a thing.
adopted. A lot of Native Americans would just pick up,
Random
Random
white
white
Random
people.
white
kids.
children.
Like here.
yeah,
That's very nice of him.
yeah.
After all the white people have done
It's
to
history.
him.
You gotta learn it.
Well,
Oh, another great '90s show, Time Tracks.
I don't know that.
Oh my god.
I know Sliders. That's close enough.
Oh, I love Sliders.
Sliders doesn't really hold up.
It does not.
No.
It doesn't hold up at all.
I was pissed when he got home.
That
Like
was
the
like-
second episode.
Yeah. The gate doesn't squeak, so this can't be the right place. That ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Another. We'll get back to whatever you said, but seaquest as well.
Secret. I didn't really care for that.
It was great, and it's trash.
I never liked Star Trek, Star Wars.
Not a big
and
into
this
them.
was Star Trek in
underwater.
I
Yeah,
love
but
Star
they had
Wars.
A talking dolphin. That's the
Yeah.
only good thing about it. They should take the dolphin and give him his own spin-off.
I'd watch it.
Like Friends, he hangs out, with his neighbors and stuff. Drinking
Sea
coffee.
turtle. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's stupid. There would be humans
I would be hanging
at a
out with
coffee
him.
shop.
Okay, how'd he?
He's going to talk to a sea turtle.
Yeah, why
Wait.
not?
Wait, how is he living on land?
How's he
If he's
talking?
a dolphin.
It's science.
Well,
Well, he's-
listen, the talking you could get away with, but how is he getting to the coffee shop?
How does Sandy in SpongeBob
Oh, we're not
survive
bringing
in
on that.
water?
Okay, she survives in water because she's in a spacesuit. So it's kind
Exactly.
of like the reverse.
Fill that spacesuit up with water, you're good to go.
My week?
Yeah, I got the longest week. I'm sure I got a lot of shit.
You do. I tried to buy an extension for my Mac and it didn't work, and I'm kind of really tired of my Mac because I keep trying to buy extensions that work and they don't. It's probably my own fault for buying the wrong things, but my MacBook Pro is just giving me lots and lots of frustrations.
Should have probably got a Dell.
I should have.
Gateway. It's the way to go. That cow
Do they
box?
still
I always
make
awesome.
gateways?
I always wanted one of those just for the box.
I had one.
Oh,
That was the
yeah.
first computer that my family ever had.
we
was a
already
gateway.
established that I had a Windows 93. So
A Windows 93 is not a thing.
I had it.
Okay. What else did I do this week?
It was Windows 3.1, 95, 98.
93.
There's no 93.
I had it.
There is no 93.
No.
Go ahead with your week. Keep talking.
What else did I do this week?
That's it.
That's pretty much it. I'm rewatching Parks and Rec because it brings me joy and calm because I know what's going to happen. And it's
Okay.
just always pleasant.
I do like that show. I
It's-
binged it.
Isn't it good?
It is.
It's just such a good show, and I really like Adam Scott. He's one of my favorite people to watch.
It took me to the second season to actually like it.
The
The first season's kind of like
The first season's hard because they tried to do what The Office did at first, and it didn't really work for them. But I'm glad that they switched gears because it turned out to be, I think, better than The Office at points. I love both shows. Don't get me wrong; they both bring me endless amounts of joy. But I definitely think Parks and Rec is funnier.
I would enjoy if you could just watch all the cold opens for The Office, and that's it. Just give me a DVD of all those, and I don't even need to watch a show. Just give me all that. I'm good.
The cold opens are definitely great. Which one's your favorite? We talk about this all the time.
I don't know, but the last one I saw where I didn't want to wake you up because I need to fall asleep with silence. I can't have people watch TV and they fall asleep. She puts on a timer for like 30 minutes or whatever. So I can't fall asleep until the TV turns off, which is annoying for me, especially when I have to wake up the next day and do stuff. But you were watching The Office and the cold open came on. And for some reason I found it hilarious. So I'm like holding it in my breath so I wouldn't laugh and wake you up. But I wanted to just laugh so loud. And it was the knock knock joke. Where he first of all, Michael Scott goes up to Pam and with it's like knock knock, and I don't remember that initial joke, but it ends with him putting like a stick of butter on the thing, and then Dwight comes over as his nerdy self, and he's like knock knock, and Michael Scott's like I don't want to do knock knock. All right, let's knock knock. He was like,
It was the KGB joke.
it was the KGB joke, and he was like, who's there? And Dwight just smacks him in the face, and I don't even remember.
And he goes, "The KGB waits for no one."
No. Oh, no. He smacked. I'm really bad at jokes that I don't know that well, but he smacks him in the face, and he's like, Michael Scott's about to ask him who's there, and as he's asking it, he smacks him in the face and says, "The KGB asks the questions."
There you go. That's it.
So then, I'm blanking on it. Jim is sitting there, and he was like, "Dwight, knock knock," and Michael Scott's got this big grin on his face, and Dwight's like, I'm not answering it. And Michael Scott's like, answer the door, Dwight. And Dwight's like, no, I'm not doing it. And Jim just smacks him in the face, and he's like, the KGB waits for no man.
There you go.
And that's not even the funny part. It's dead silence, and you're expecting Dwight to be mad. He turns to the camera, and he's like, well, it's true.
I remember.
I butchered it, but it's hilarious.
I remember the episode where Toby comes back. I woke up just to laugh at that cold open
with him yelling.
when Jim's like, "Yeah, Toby's been back for a week. Just go back there." And Michael goes to the back.
This is a joke.
This
is a funny joke, guys.
And then he sees Toby, and he's like, "No, oh God, no!" Like throwing the biggest tantrum ever because Toby came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are
I've
not
never
amused.
seen The Office. I don't know.
You haven't seen The Office?
No.
All right. We're gonna have to get a DVD of all the cold opens. Just
That's
give them
all
to
I
you.
need?
That's all you really. It's all you need. It's funny show, but the cold opens is really
I think
where
you
it's
need
at.
to watch the whole thing because they make the cold opens funnier, but the cold opens are the best parts of the show ever. The time that Jim switches places with an Asian man and switches everything. And
An Asian man.
you don't remember that one was in later seasons.
I remember the one that usually is my favorite is the one where he comes dressed in as Dwight.
Yes. I know Bears
And
beats Battlestar Galactica.
and then the parkour one.
That
But
one.
yeah.
There's so many. So you definitely have to watch it, but the cold opens are the best. But the whole show is great. I love the whole show. And I've been finding the more I talk to people, like everybody dogs on the last two seasons because Michael leaves.
Yeah.
And the thing that everybody says is when the first time I watched those two seasons, I hated it, but then like
you go back, it's
you
better.
go back and it gets better and better.
Yeah.
It's extremely good. Extremely good. But I think Parks and Rec is more funny towards the end. And I mean
just like
funny
Ron
over
and
the
Aubrey Plaza, but
You don't like Chris Pratt?
Yeah, I guess so. But Ron really is what makes it.
Ron Swanson. But yeah, so that was my week.
Okay. So into my eventful week. I just ordered. So I go to conventions, and I've bought numerous times the Bucky O'Hare complete series DVDs. You've picked me up a set of them, and none of them ever work. So I was searching last night or the night before, and I found ones on Blu-ray. So evidently you can burn Blu-rays easy now. I don't know. Seeing as how no one uses Blu-rays.
Is that just for size? Can't
Si-
make the quality better.
Well, yeah. It holds more. So if you're burning if you're Hollywood and you're making a DVD, you're printing it on DVD, the disc will hold more data. So that's why you can get the better quality in film.
Yeah.
Burning wise, I don't know. It's supposed to be hold up better too, scratch resistant and all that. So we'll see. But hopefully, I ordered that, so that should. He already printed the label, and I think he's getting it in the mail tomorrow, which is good. I got that.
What if it's the Mandela effect erasing
What?
Bucky O'Hare?
What do you mean?
That's why it's not on any copy. It was
Because it doesn't exist?
and it's being erased.
I hope not.
Well, hope it gets here in time before it's erased.
So I have one. I have the first. It's a 2-disc set. I have the
Your
first.
figures go like in Avengers. The dust just.
My old ones can, but I like my new ones, the
Mm.
boss fight ones. That you're buying. Well, not the figures, but you're getting the Phantom and the Zorro
Phantom and Zorro.
and the
I love
Flash.
Zorro. No Flash.
What? You gotta get the set, the Defenders of the Earth. You gotta get all of them.
Why'd you have to say that? What about the magician guy?
Man, I don't know anything
I could
about
not
him.
care. I didn't care about the Defenders.
Why?
The Mosh Posh. I don't.
The only thing I know about the Phantom is that movie from the 90s,
Yeah.
and it wasn't
Billy
good.
Zane. It's a wonderful movie.
Is it? Is that why you like it? Is that why you like Phantom?
No.
Okay.
But it helps.
Anyway, so I got that. I have Eek the Cat coming because I've tried watching it on like some streaming thing, and it was terrible
Thunder
quality.
Lizards on it.
I assume so. It was part of the season.
Because when I was at the convention, when I got that thing for you,
Yeah.
they just had Eek. There was no Thunder Lizards.
Yeah, but it was built into the final seasons.
Right, but whoever records and stuff, they kept
Yeah.
it set.
Oh.
This was this guy's thing.
Oh, well,
And
no.
he says, no, I don't have no Thunder Lizards.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You have to have the Thunder Lizards. That was the whole thing. But, and then Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys, which I loved. It was, I don't even remember when I didn't see it till I was a little older, like an older teen, and it was on Channel 48 because we
Yeah.
didn't have cable, so it was Channel 48.
Oh, that's sad.
And even my dad watched it. Like, we just sat down and watched it. It was ridiculous. Just a bunch of space monkeys and a space monkey with a brain thing. I don't
Yeah.
What?
I do remember this show.
Oh, okay. So you did watch it.
I did watch it. I remember this.
It
I remember
seems-
the big blue monkey and
Yeah.
the orangutan.
He worked on. He was the engineer.
Yes. You said it, and like something about Space Monkey rang a bell for me, but I said I'd never seen it. But looking at the image now, I'm like, I did watch this as a kid because I also didn't have cable for a while.
Oh, my God.
So, but yeah. So I was talking to you last night, and I had put them in my shopping cart on this site.
Was that what?
Was it last night?
No,
Yes.
Last night or the night before?
Captain Simeon was one of them?
Yeah.
Because you got 3.
Yeah. Captain Simeon, Eek, and Bucky.
I guess I
sent you a photo of them
Yeah.
on my cart.
When
and
I
yeah.
saw Eek, my mind just got all excited.
I'm
and I
excited
couldn't
for
get
that.
past it.
So they were kind of expensive. The total came to like little over $100. So I had them in my cart. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna think about it because the guy's site is hilarious. I sent you the screen.
yeah.
Like the return policy is like, don't fucking return it if you can't afford it, and you're just saying, oh, well, I can't afford it, so I want my money back. That's not a thing. It better be defective. Otherwise,
Yeah.
just fuck off. That's basically what he said. And then he had all these lists of things don't ask for or whatever. And it's funny as shit. And the site is what, fredtheblu-raydog.com. So hopefully they'll come in a couple days. I'll let everyone know if it's worth it because they have a lot of good shows on there.
That's
They got
what I'm
other
waiting
shows.
for, yeah.
But I had it in my shopping cart, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna think about it. Maybe I'll buy one to see if it works because I don't know this guy, and it's just a random web page, but it has this cute dog on there. I'm guessing his name's Fred. So, we'll see. But I got an email this morning from him saying, here's a discount code for a ridiculous amount off if you buy now, whatever. So I was like, fuck this. No point in buying one. I'll just get it all way off, and they're in the mail. So hopefully they're good. If not, I'll contact them and see if I can get... Now, if it's bad quality, I assume a lot of episodes are going to be bad quality because they're bootleg, they're ripped off. But that doesn't bother me any because at least I get to watch it. I'll watch it bad quality. As long as I can hear it and see most of it. If it has that VHS...
The tracking thing?
Yeah, I don't care about that. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. But I also got an email today as I'm cleaning down here about a Super 7 Mumra that's finally in stock and is getting shipped very shortly.
Mumra.
Not the... You were getting on me for this. Not his mummy version, not his powerful version, because I don't want that. I just want the mummy version. For some reason, I like that the most.
Yeah.
So that's in stock. Maybe other things will be coming in stock soon.
You like the wrong stuff. So.
I do like the wrong stuff. I like the characters that no one likes. I ordered the character I sent you, and Poe I showed you. I show her if I show her a figure, I'll be like, "Hey, do you like this?" And she's like, "Oh, I really like this." I show her a review of the toy. If she likes it, it gets bought right then and there. So I showed her the Revoltech Venom that I showed you. And she was like, "That's a very nice figure." I'm like, "It is, isn't it?" All right, click, 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 buy. So that'll be here shortly. And that'll be coming with my Green Goblin Legends that I ordered a while ago.
Now, do you ever do the thing where you're looking at something and you're like, look at this. Ah, damn it. I hit the buy now button.
No. I show it to her, and I literally say, hey, do you like this? And she'll be like, yeah, that's nice. I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy it. And she's like, okay.
That's how I get stuff all the time.
I don't have to
look at the girlfriend like, buy now button. Why do I keep doing that?
No, because I know that's a crock of shit.
She don't care.
Amazon.
I got money.
I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to think about it. I'll put it in my cart and think about it. And then be like, you know what? I need dog bones. Or I just ordered everything in there.
Here's the thing. I've done that by accident before. And I mean, I wasn't angry. I mean, I wanted that stuff, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to pay for it.
I think it's wrong that you do stuff behind people's back.
Yeah, that's why
you share a heart. You share a life with someone.
That's why I just show her the thing. And I'm like, hey, do you like this? If she likes it, it's bought. If she doesn't like it, she knows this by now. If she doesn't like it.
Yeah, this is not.
She knows I won't get it.
It's not a sneaky thing. He's just like, hey, do you like the way this looks? If you don't like it, I'm not going to get it. I'm like, okay.
Because I need a Venom. and I'm probably going to order the wave of the Deadpool Build-A-Figure Venom pool. So I need a Venom. A Carnage comes with that, and then I'm just going to sell the rest of the figures at a convention.
What about the 1x1 bust?
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
That'll look great in here.
No.
It would, right there. I'm telling you, right there.
Yeah.
We're not getting the bust.
That's right.
That's way too big.
But yeah, so I have the Green Goblin to go with Demon Goblin. So now I just need Hobgoblin for the Marvel Legends. And then I'll be good with that. I ordered I don't even know. I'm going to butcher this name. What
was that, Spider Goblin?
What? Spider Goblin?
Yeah.
What Spider Goblin?
There was a goblin with a tattered Spider-Man suit. If Spider-Man and Hobgoblin had a kid.
No idea.
No
I had
Spider
clue.
Goblin? He had
there was... And he rode a...
mouth and... Yeah.
Are you talking about the one with, 8 arms?
No, there was a Spider Goblin.
I've never heard of this.
He looks awesome.
I'll have to look him up because I have no idea what you're talking about. Because I want all the goblins, but I don't
know if they made a figure.
I'm sure they didn't.
This is in the
but I want to
comics.
see this.
Yeah.
What run was was it in the 90s?
Yeah, it had to be.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna butcher this name, but I got the TT Hung something Red Falcon Starscream. Pre-ordered that, which is basically it's made for. It's a company that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
Gundam, and they made this Starscream that turns into a bird.
It looks really cool.
It looks good. I've watched a lot of foreign reviews of it where nothing's in English, and it seems like the figure's built nice, but it'll look good. I don't care if it goes with anything or not, but I have mostly Beast Wars stuff anyway.
Is it the company's own like imagination, or was he in
Yeah.
a comic or something?
I don't know. There's some kind of art book that has some of these drawn up, and I don't know where it came from because I'm not really into the Japanese have a lot of like weird spin-off things, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he was ever a character. I doubt he was. I don't know if he was in a show or one of their shows or a comic book. I doubt it. I think it was just maybe some like concept art, but so he's coming at some point. It says incoming instead of pre-order, but who knows? I got something's arriving tomorrow. I got to sign for because it's really expensive. It's the Scooby-Doo van. I was watching the Foosh. You were watching it with me. Remember? And he had that van where he had the Marvel Legends in for the 6-scale figures, 6-inch figures. So I bought that from Walmart. It was all of $18, but you have to sign for it when it comes. So that'll go on the end of my list of customizing things at the top of the... Well, yours isn't at the top of the list because I still have to finish Gizmo Duck. And
Alright.
something else. But then I have to do yours is probably the easiest because all I got to do is throw some paint on it and just turn it into the A-Team van.
And you need
Car?
to make a wing.
The wing's
Put it
easy.
back.
I'm just going to make it out of something crappy.
I want it 3D printed.
Tin
Out of
foil.
steel.
Buy. What? You're going to steal what?
I want it 3D printed out of steel.
Then buy a steel.
Kevlar.
Which one do you want it out of?
Both.
Nah, I think we're good. So that I got to turn into something I haven't figured out yet. But once I get the garage set up, I need to start doing like a workshop.
And that Johnny 5 from Short Circuit.
That's-
You said
that-
you're going to make me?
I didn't say that. No, that's
Highly
all
detailed?
you. Nah, I'm not doing that.
I'd give my left leg for that.
I can. Okay, cut off your leg right now, and I'll buy the one offline.
I
The
don't
really
like
crappy kit.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, look, beggars can't be
I want a
choosers.
Super 7.
Don't cut your
looking
leg off
one.
in here. in the
Okay,
basement.
get it from Super 7, and you'll see it in
'Cause
45
NECA
years.
sucks.
NECA does suck. We already went over that before. I'm telling you, we should go over. It's in Jersey.
Yeah?
Just one of their headquarters. Just boycott it right out front. Get the rat, put it out front, and just go to town. I ordered a display for the Ninja Turtle shelves, and I showed it to you. The acrylic sign
Oh, yeah.
for the old logo with
You
the.
going to paint the shelf green?
No, eventually.
Sewer it up.
No, I do want to make displays for this stuff because all the stuff on the shelves are going to move, and the shelf is the whole bookcase is probably going to be Super 7 stuff. So I'm going to want to make displays for them and not have the boxes behind them. But as you can see, Toxie is filling in for Splinter because Splinter is over there because he's getting sent back because they sent me a return label for him because they're not letting me keep the broke one, which I mean makes sense.
Yeah.
And they said their stock is going to be in this week. So I send it back. They're going to send it to me once they get the old one. I was like, well, I didn't fuck up. You could just send it to me, and I'll send this back. I
Yeah.
promise. Because I don't need a broken one. But hopefully I'll get that in the mail maybe tomorrow. And then I'll get the fixed Splinter.
And are you going to get all the Super 7 or just what you like?
I don't know. I was having this conversation with you before, and I don't know if I want to get the whole line.
Shelf if you don't get them all?
I don't know. Like, I'm not a completionist. Nothing I have is complete, and I'm okay with that, except for my giant-sized turtles and eventually the Beast Wars masterpiece. But I don't really collect lines.
Yeah.
You only get the figures that you like.
Yeah, but for some reason I was like, you know what? Super 7, these turtles, I didn't have all the toys growing up, but I wanted all the toys. So I'm going to get them. But now I don't know.
Because I want to set the Super 7 and then the original in front of it.
You ain't got no. You have nowhere to display them. That's why everything you have is in boxes.
I have a spare bedroom that I need to.
How long?
Fix.
How long have you had the spare bedroom?
I've been there for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's it going to happen?
Excuse me. How long did it take you to fix that roof?
I didn't have to display anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your little
What?
garage workstation? It's been. See, she's even.
This is
laughing
my
over there.
this is my display though. My display's on
What
point.
about Gizmo Doc? How long has that been? You've been
Listen.
trying to
That's
fix?
building stuff. That's different.
Listen, the one thing I can say is he has rearranged and done this display all the time.
I redid it
This is the
this morning.
This is the one thing that he consistently
This is mine.
fixes and changes and keeps up with. Everything else in the house, however,
It gets done eventually.
that gets done eventually. But display-wise, this room is never quite stagnant.
Because this is my area. So my OCD goes wild with it, and everything has to be specifically in the spot it needs to be in.
Speaking of OCD, can I mention something that bothers me?
What?
When I walk up to the front of the house, your last name just
It's crooked.
crooked. Ah,
Don't tell.
I hate it.
I put it on there. I had it. I have a vinyl cutter. I did that when we bought the house. I put it up there, and it's just a hair off. And I showed it to her, and I was like, "It's fucked up." And she was like, "It's not that bad. It's fine." And I was like, "It took me at least 2 years to not worry
be
about
okay
it anymore."
with it.
So there's that.
If I was a mailman, I wouldn't deliver mail here. I'll probably just throw it on the step.
That's what
Screw
they
it.
do anyway. That's what they do half the time anyway.
Mm.
So,
Terrible.
No, our mailman is lovely.
well, no, whatever.
He does a good job.
So we have a new one every day, it seems.
Yeah, we change mailman a lot, but they do a good job.
Well, your custom thing is now bumped to the end of the list.
What?
You know what? I might just throw it away.
Why don't you fix your door then?
I'm
And
gonna
then
throw
you
it
can
away.
work on the custom thing.
Nope. I don't even know where it is. I think I already threw it away.
What?
Oops. It ain't in here. I guarantee you that one. I don't want to display your trash on my shelf. I got my own trash to display on my shelf.
It's just so mean.
Yep.
I'm nothing but nice to you.
But yeah, I got yeah. Why don't you laugh a little closer to the mic, babe? So I gotta get that in the mail. I gotta get my push bar in the mail because they finally got that situated, so I can get my like $500 back that I probably already spent.
That's important.
But
Well, it's not said yet. You're going to send it back
Yeah.
and hopefully get the money?
oh no, I better get the money. It's through PayPal, so I'll just report it.
Okay.
So it's fine. What else? Oh, we were watching, and you watched, I think, one episode of it of High Score.
Yeah.
I watched 2, the Sonic Sega episode.
Oh, I watched both. NES and
Oh, yeah,
Sega.
I didn't watch that because NES is trash.
No.
But the Sega one, I feel like an idiot. I was telling you earlier, I feel like an idiot because I never thought of Sonic as based off a roller coaster, like at
No.
all. And looking at it now, after watching it, because I played Sonic, I still play Sonic, and I'm like, shit.
Because wasn't the one of the like roller coaster?
There was a level. It was a
If you just look at
casino
the name
night.
of it.
Yeah, if you
Casino
just look
night.
at like the run levels where he goes
No,
really
I
fast
know.
to them, they look like roller coasters.
Don't tell me for 1 second you were like, oh my god, Sonic is based off of roller coasters.
Listen, I didn't intuitively know it, but when he said it, I was like, "Oh, that makes complete sense."
Yeah, me too. But I feel like I should have. With all the time I've played it, I feel like I should have known.
Why should you have known? It's not like you're watching Sega documentaries every day.
I wish I would. I would.
I know you would.
And then I watched the Mortal Kombat one, the fighting one, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, which was pretty good.
I gotta watch that one.
But I gotta watch them all. But I wanted to watch the ones I cared about the most, and I saw that there had to be a Sega one. So
Oh,
I don't need to
Yeah.
worry about Nintendo and Mario.
I do. I love Mario.
yeah.
Yoshi's better, and I like Luigi.
Well,
No one likes Luigi, right?
Yoshi is part of Mario, so
You can have Yoshi by himself.
yeah, but
He was abused.
he-
They rode him around. He's a dinosaur.
he's a dinosaur.
They
So
force him to lay eggs. It's ridiculous.
I think he likes doing those things.
No. Uh-oh.
He seems pretty happy when he does them. So
Who's that? Who's that?
That's the girlfriend.
Uh-oh. Maybe she will be on the podcast after all. All right, let me pause this real quick.
Yeah.
All right, now that we're back and everyone has answered their phones and talked to people, that none of them wanted to be on the podcast. That's rude, but whatever.
She says she'll be here next week.
Will she?
I was asking her, like, Tuesday we're doing it again? You didn't even respond.
I said I don't, whatever day I'm off. I think I'm off Sunday and Monday.
No, you're off Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday. So Monday, I'm going to be doing it.
Okay. I think I'm off then, too, so.
I am
Yeah.
also off Monday, so.
Okay.
Okay,
That
so
would
it'll
good.
be a very nice, because it's a holiday.
It's a Labor Day, yep.
Yeah. A holiday special.
Oh.
It's going to be nice. We're gonna,
Free giveaways.
yeah.
Listen closely.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever I got lying around that's broken, it will
got
be
trash
given
you gotta get rid
away. Yeah. I have some wrappers from some stuff. My headphones are
There
all
you
off
go.
now. I cannot hear out of one of my headphones, but whatever.
For the money you paid for them. You
Yeah,
think-
I think I paid $15 for each set of headphones. They're
What?
crappy,
Yeah.
but this is just a little thing. I'm going to end up buying myself better headphones, and anyone else who wants headphones, they can buy their own headphones and be happy about
Is it just a standard? And
Just I have adapters.
okay.
So it has the bigger adapter that goes into the headphone jack, but you just plug in.
Got it. All right.
Look at you inviting yourself over. How nice. All right, so with the phone calls and all, I think I was done my week. Oh no, that's what I wanted to get into. Hold on, let me pause this because I gotta fix my headphones because I'm gonna throw up from hearing out of one ear. That is so much better. Hold on, it's still it's still going. God, it's just a headphone jack, so it's not actually gonna mess up any of the audio. Whatever. All right, so yeah, this. I gotta be very careful with what I say and how I say it. What?
Did you press record?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay. Continue.
I think so. It looks like it's recording. Yeah. So I got this is touchy territory, and like I said, I have to be very careful on what I say, how I say it, and mention no names and how I say it, because I'm not ready to start that shitstorm with someone I am not going to win against. So there's this famous, let's call him famous. He's famous. There's a famous YouTuber and person in the realm of collectibles that I held in high regard. I've met him once. He seemed like a really good guy. I'm talking real slow so I don't say anything wrong. Seemed like a really good guy. I've given him money monthly because I was on his Patreon, and I have sent him things. Not cheap things. I've sent him plenty of things.
Why would you send him stuff like?
He reviews things, and you send him things, and he does like grab boxes of things. Like people send him stuff, and he talks about them.
Okay.
And he collects things. So I send him things that he collects. So he adds it to his thing, just because I appreciated him giving me content, and I was like, you know what?
Right.
Here's some cool stuff that you might not know about that fits in your collection.
Now,
Here.
if you met him today, would he recognize you from the name sending you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He knows me. I've talked to him online before. He knew me when I met him at a convention. He would know who I am. When I contacted him, he knew who I was. So he posted something that now you can post whatever you want. It's fine. I like things that offend me. I'm that type of person. Last podcast we were talking about political stuff, as in just like talking things, not talking political. But we were talking about things. I like things that offend me. It just, for some reason, it helps. It makes me think, and I just appreciate opposite forms of intellect that challenge what I believe in and what I think. But he posted something that I didn't appreciate, and I found highly offensive. And people jumped on it as if he was doing something amazing. So the fact that he posted what he posted and then had all these followers, like all of them, there was hundreds if not thousands of people saying, you know what, I'm glad you posted this, blah 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 blah.
You're so brave.
Yeah. I'm glad you said something, because other people aren't saying
Yeah.
anything. I'm glad you said something with what you posted. And I sent him a message. I was like, I'm not going. In the beginning, I was like, in the message, I was like, I'm not going to comment on your post because I don't want to start. I'm not here to start anything. I just want to understand why you posted what you posted. And he was like, and I was like, and I'm not saying any names, but like I mentioned in there, I would appreciate it if you didn't say anything on your page or anywhere about me and what I'm saying in here. So I was like, because I'm not going to say anything about him. I'm going to say things like I'm right now, but I'm not calling anyone out. So he was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to throw you under the bus for whatever you're about to say or whatever you're thinking. I'm going to email you next week. I'm busy. I was like, that's fine. Take your time. I need to understand what's going on. And the fact that no one knows what I'm talking about, I don't know how well this is going to come over on a podcast, but whatever. So, and for people who don't know anything about what's going on and who it is or whatever. So,
You're
yeah.
venting.
I'm
It's
venting.
therapy.
I'm venting. Yeah, this is my therapy moment, and I told Poe to watch me in case I get too angry or whatever. Anyway, so a week passed. He didn't email me. She was like, "Did he email you?" I was like, "No, but it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, people are busy. You ain't got time to email me." A week and a half, 2 weeks later, I get the email from him, and I'm expecting him to not apologize, because who the fuck cares about my opinion, really? Because it doesn't matter. But say something to, bridge the gap. Maybe when you're having a discussion, I don't even want to say argument. When you're having a discussion, you're supposed to say your piece, but also bring around the other person's piece, mind state. And when you're having that conversation, you're supposed to even though there's two people in a conversation, you're supposed to evaluate both sides as you're talking, I feel. So he comes right at the motherfucking gate, attacking me and the things that I hold morally sound, the things that I do on my personal time, and he just says horrible things. And I'm like, and it was, how long was it? It was like, if you printed it out, it would have been like 3 pages.
Mm-hmm.
It was long. Both of you have seen it. Like, and it was just,
He took time in that.
he took 2 he took 2 fucking weeks to write this shit. And it shows. And it was uneducated in what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
And this man is not uneducated. He's educated. He's smart. He's witty. He's a very talented, charismatic person. But when I got this email, all that was out the window. He was attacking me, for lack of a better word. Maybe not. In a way, he was attacking me. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, clearly I'm not following you anymore. Clearly I'm not giving you any money. Clearly I'm not. If I see you, I'm just going to ignore you. Like, you're not part of I don't need this. And I was like, do I write something back? And I'm like, it's not going to help anything. You said what you said. In the initial message I sent you, I just said I was hurt, disheartened by what you posted, but that was that. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything. There's no point. When you're arguing, if someone comes out of the gate like that, excuse me, there's no point in rebutting, right? Because at that point, it's just and it's not even in person. It's over email. You're just yelling at each other in email. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a keyboard warrior or whatever. I'd rather just say it to your face. But I don't even want to do that. Like, I'm just done. I'm just pissed. And I'm like...
What I could say is it's really hard coming back from that. Because if he was willing to discuss it with you in a way that where he still had an opinion...
Yeah.
Because that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. It would have been fine. But because he attacked you, that automatically... That makes you defensive as well.
Right. Well, that's why I didn't say anything.
Because you're literally being attacked. And that... Even if it's over email, it's still really hard to come back from.
Well, and for some, like, I looked up to him so much. Like, you both know it. Like, I truly enjoyed that guy. But it's like, it's weird when you have a person who you look up to, you've met, you've talked to, you've exchanged things, just to have him, like, go all out. Now, for the people who... I should have opened with this, but it's not Bobby Skullface. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I should have opened with it, but you know what? Let's leave it to the end. So everyone's like, oh my God, that motherfucker, him and Bobby. Fuck him. Not Bobby. They're going to say fuck me. But
yes.
Whatever. But no, not Bobby. It's not him at all. But, however, I do want to talk to Bobby about it. Because I feel like he is a good venting person, but whatever. But yeah, so that's that. That really just fucking...
It ruined something for you, and I think that's the disappointing part, is that...
And I came to, like, after, like, a couple of days of thinking, I was like, I don't even, like, fuck this whole thing. Like, I don't even want, like, you just shat all... You're someone I hold in high regard. You just shat all over me. You were a big part of me
of the reason
getting
why
back
you
into
do,
toys.
Why you do what you do, and it's really hard for you to separate the two, and it's understandable
because like in now that we paused and I had to regain my thought. But yeah, I like at that point I was like, I don't know if I want to do any of this anymore. Like, because it was part of my core at that point. I'm like, fuck this, sell that. Why am I wasting my time if someone I respected did that? So, that is that. But you think I shouldn't have this in here?
I don't know. I don't think that's the goal of the show. Like, I think this is a place for us to vent, but not about stuff like this. I don't know. It's up to you, though.
So venting is venting.
So
I don't agree with that.
What? I didn't say anything bad.
Babe, I said if you want to include it, include it.
This podcast is never going to air because I'm going to be like, do I release it? Do I not release it? Do I edit this out? All right. So that was my week. That fucking shit show.
Of a week. What a week.
Now, we're at like an hour and 20 minutes. So do we want to... Let's go over a couple things. First of all, we're trying to go vegetarian. How's that working out? We had Chinese tonight.
Mm-hmm. We had
pepperoni pizza last night.
It was delicious.
It's not going well.
I was vegetarian for a year when we met. And then I liked Baconators and chicken cheesesteaks too much, and I got rid of it. But it's something I want to go back to just for animal rights purposes.
I really like meat. I like
meat
eating
tastes good.
meat. It tastes good.
But
it's just I've bought a lot less, like, to make it the house.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not something I think, especially you can't go cold turkey. And
No.
you were going to be what, pescatarian?
I was gonna do pescatarian and just eat.
hit the microphone. That's
Sorry.
fine.
I was gonna do pescatarian and just eat fish, but like I can't. It's just I can't.
I never understood that. What's the Fish is a living.
I know. She's not doing it for the reasons I'm doing
I'm not doing it.
I'm doing it
for-
because I don't feel like my life deserves to take a life of another thing to survive. She's just doing it because
it's healthier, somewhat.
Okay.
And because if he becomes vegetarian, me buying fish won't change anything
'cause I don't eat fish.
because he doesn't eat fish. So like if I make fish, I make a small amount and I can eat it myself. Versus like if I buy chicken, I'm gonna buy like a lot of chicken and make enough that he can eat it, and then I feel bad because I'm eating chicken that he likes and that I can eat. And it's just like my own personal like grappling with like I can't make as much chicken as I normally would because he won't eat it. But and plus fish is healthier, and then like if once he stops eating meat, that's an excuse where I could buy like a little bit more expensive fish because I'm the only one eating it and I can make like small portions of it.
You could buy that anyway. I don't care.
Yeah, but
You can, like, anytime you want it, I can just eat whatever, or I'll just make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm good with that.
you know how that kills me, right? Like when you say, I'm just going to make peanut butter and jelly.
I like peanut butter and jelly.
I know you do, but then I feel like you're not eating enough.
I'll make 2.
My Jewish heritage does not allow me to allow you to only eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner.
2.
I
And a
can't.
glass of milk and some cheese curls.
I can't function.
Perfect meal right there.
I can't function.
Speaking of that, since we're talking about perfect meal, are you going to say the same thing I was going to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Last meal. What would you have? Go, Marshall.
You
If-
gotta give me time to think.
Fine, Polina. We've had this conversation, so go, Paul.
My last meal, I would have sushi,
Ugh.
particularly the tuna and eel variety. I would also like some kind of soup and ice cream for dessert.
Okay, that was... All right, mine has always been the same since I was a little kid. It's going to be peanut butter and jelly. It's going to be cheese curls. It's going to be milk. If I can, I want a bunch of milkshakes as well because I love milkshakes. That's it.
Your ability to consume dairy is mind-boggling. Just the sheer amount of dairy that you can consume in a single sitting is
That's what worries me about being a vegetarian.
astounding.
I need to find something that replaces
You're not
milk's
You're not going
niche
to.
in my life.
You're not going to because here's the thing. I bought skim milk for a little while and you hated it. You
Yeah,
hated
it's
every minute of it.
Disgusting. I always drank whole milk. You got me on this 1%, 2% thing.
2%, 1%.
And you bought whole milk the other day for some kind of recipe.
For a
oh
cake,
my
yeah.
God, I forgot how good that was.
So-
it's just so
So
thick.
here's
Oh.
my thing. Nothing that I've ever encountered. No kind of milk. And I've had different kind. I've had almond and oat and soy and all of those. Nothing replicates the texture of real milk. It's just that thick, fat texture that you enjoy about milk. That's what
Right.
you like about it. You're not going to get that anywhere. It's just it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist yet. And that's what I foresee as your downfall is that plus cheese curls.
What?
Cheese.
Yeah, I know. So what? My whole... Look, it's my last meal. I don't care. At that point,
But when you get milk, does the cow die?
it's the whole milk process of getting milk from a cow is a horrible thing.
Yeah, the way they milk cows, the way that they make it so that cows can produce
Yeah,
milk for a long time.
Yeah, get closer to the mic.
Sorry.
Your spikes go from quiet to loud as shit.
Sorry. Yeah, so like the way that they just produce milk from cows, like the way they make it so that cows keep producing milk is really cruel.
And the way they take milk. They're like the whole thing was like, oh, when you drink milk, you're getting a bunch of pus in the milk. And at one point, I was like, tastes good. It tastes good to me. So I'll drink the utter pus. But whatever. But it's painful. It's cruel. Most of the stuff is. But
I mean, there's
I'm
ways
dependent on the dairy.
we could always get milk from like a farm, like a local farm, and they get
mean,
it
just-
more humanely.
Yeah, that's an
like,
option.
Like there's farms near us that
I
I
know.
could go to buy milk.
Yeah, it's an option. We'll see.
Because it's much more humane the way they get it.
All right. Another thing we have going on right now.
Wait.
What?
Last
Oh
meal.
yeah. You have time.
See, I don't know, because I'm not a food person.
I'm not a food person. I chose peanut butter and jelly. Clearly, I'm not a food person.
If I could live without food, I would. Like, sometimes I
What?
hate it. If I get hungry, that's an annoyance. Like, I gotta stop what I'm doing, go get something to eat. I hate it. If I could eliminate the whole process
There you go.
of eating, that would be wonderful.
I don't agree with you at
So
all.
if you say, "Oh, you're dying," what do you want to? I was like, "Well, I'm gonna die. I don't care. Just kill me."
Okay, that's depressing.
That's
Cool.
so sad.
Is it?
It's not.
I love food. That makes me upset.
I don't know.
I've never had anything that was like, "Oh my god, I need that."
Have you had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yes,
And you didn't feel
I
that way?
prefer Goober.
Ugh,
Goober is great.
trash. Anyway,
It's not trash.
all right. So the other thing we got to talk about is the massive, and it doesn't affect me as much, but the massive amount of mosquitoes we have in our yard. We have no standing water.
No.
I don't know where these things are coming from.
We have no standing. I make sure to empty every piece of standing water humanly possible in our yard because mosquitoes treat me like an open buffet every time I walk outside. Like I can't not get bitten by a mosquito.
We have a bird feeder out back, and I went to feed it, put stuff in there, and I'm putting the food in there, and I look down, my whole leg is black because it's just swarms of mosquitoes, and I have no idea where they're coming. I have no idea how to get rid of them. I was looking up things to plant in the yard, like marigolds and all this other stuff, but if anyone anywhere has any ideas how to get rid of mosquitoes, I would love to know.
Please.
Without spraying things in the yard, without putting things, because we have a lot. We have a lot of lightning bugs. We have a lot of things. I don't want to kill anything. I just want the mosquitoes to go away or whatever. And I know the main thing is standing water, but we don't have any in the yard, and I don't know where there would be any. So there's got to be some hidden somewhere. Or
How
something.
do they nest? Like, could you have a nest somewhere?
It's water. They all the females are the only ones that suck blood, and they do that, and then they lay the eggs in stagnant water, so water that's dirty, that's been sitting for a while, and then they breed out of the water. They hatch. They come to the surface of the water, and then they fly away. That's all it is. So I got to find where the water is, or
Did you
somewhere.
check the neighbors and all?
Yeah, then it's not the neighbors. I don't. She said we have like not a reservoir, but a runoff in the back, but it's slanted, and we got a huge fence there. But it could be there, but it's not where we are. Like it's in our yard, so
Right.
I don't know. But we need to get rid of them. The
Hmm.
dogs are getting bit, everything,
I'm a walking mosquito bite.
and it's making us not enjoy our yard.
Sure, yeah.
And we have some dragonflies which eat them, but we don't got enough, not for all of them. It was nice the other day. I cut the grass, and our lawnmower, I have to keep it at an angle, so sometimes there's oil runoff somewhere. So when you start the lawnmower, it just spews like smoke. So I'm just going around the yard, just hitting the mass swarms of mosquitoes. And it worked. It got rid of them for an hour, but then they came back. But I got to do that every hour. Just fill there was smoke and shit in my yard blowing down the street, like the whole area was filled with smoke from my lawnmower. It was terrible. But yeah, so we need to get rid of those somehow, some way, somehow. Any suggestions?
Bats.
I was thinking that, and I told her we could set up bat houses. Whether or not I know there's bats around here. I don't know if they nest where we put them, because I feel like it's got to be kind of high up. I could put them on the side of the house or just on the deck, but then people walking, I don't want to disturb them.
Freak him out.
I might just put a big ass pole in the middle of our yard and just put a couple bat houses on there.
Mm.
But
Deal.
then you got to worry about the shit that comes out of the bat houses. You're gonna have just a bunch of guano underneath of them. But it's better than I'll take guano
Against
over
mosquitoes.
and they don't even bother me that much.
But doesn't guano have a lot of uses?
I think. Well, you scoop it up and sell it.
I don't intend to use it.
It's good for the skin. I'll put some in a
On,
bottle
like,
and give it to you.
soil and stuff.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I'm sure there's nutrients in it.
They make
Yeah.
coffee out of it.
Go to town. I don't drink coffee, so that's all you.
Hmm.
I live off my Monster energy drinks or Bang. So, what else we got? You had some questions that you thought of.
You got to read them because I closed my computer.
Oh, okay. Childhood games you used to play?
Yeah, childhood games you used to play.
Me?
Yeah. Did you play games as a kid?
Monopoly.
Ugh,
I
that's not allowed
loved-
in the house.
Really?
Yeah, that's not allowed in our house.
Loved
and
it.
it's shocking because there's so many good versions of it. Like
There's so
there's
many.
Deadpool, Transformers out the ass, whatever. If they make a Beast Wars Monopoly, then we'll get it.
But it's just
But
a
I
game.
ain't playing. No one I've ever known had a game and it ended well. Her friends throw the board everywhere. Like it's not.
But
In
see,
high
I don't
school, we would
care.
have like a standing Monopoly game, and the board gets thrown every time.
It's not fun.
No.
You can't play that way. And when I was growing up, I mean, I didn't enjoy it because whatever. I'm not getting into that. But yeah, I just don't like it.
I like Monopoly. Trivial Pursuit is one of my favorites as well.
Okay.
Me and my cousins used to play it, even though we were all terrible at it except for one. And it was still fun. I liked it. I thought it was a great game to play. I still like it now.
My main game that I love and I still will play today is Candyland.
Mm.
And I loved Shoots and Ladders, but Candyland is they have new versions of it. It's not good at all.
I like Life, too.
I
Life is
Life.
good.
Yeah.
Life was fun.
It's hard to find a good version of it though. The one I had was a specific version. Now you have chips and things that it's weird.
There's
didn't have
so
that.
many different versions
They've-
of it now.
The new versions. There's no way to play the old way we played as kids that I know about.
Yeah, I haven't
They've
found
changed
one
it
where
so
it's like
drastically.
job cards and like salary cards and like all those things. I haven't
Yeah.
found them. I used
There's
to
like
love that
chips
part.
and tokens and other things that you have to play. Like there's other
There's
aspects
like a
that they've
credit
thrown in there.
card version. There's like all different versions of Life now.
Oh, and Risk. Risk. I like
I never
Risk.
played
I
that.
hate Risk.
I know you do. I bought like an $80 game of Risk. I forget what it's called. It's like
Risk Strategy or something like that.
Stratego?
no, not Stratego.
It's not Stratego.
It's Risk, but the way you play it is you can play it more than 10 times, but the idea is to play it 10 times. And every time you play, the board changes. So like you rip up cards and they never get played again. If you win a game and you win a territory, you name it in permanent marker. You write on the board and everything. So then the next time you play, the board is always changing. And at the end of the 10 games, that's like the 10-year war or whatever. And then the board is what it is. And then if you want to play it, that's what you got to play with. There's going to be territories you can't go to anymore. There's going to be weird names for things. There's going to be weird rules, everything. And it seems really cool, but you need a lot of people to play, and you need a lot of people to play 10 times. So that's never going to happen because I've had it 8 years, and I haven't played it once. I've read the instructions.
Because
And that's
whenever we bring it up to people, you're like, you want to play Risk? And the people are like, no, I don't want to play Risk.
I wish I was in college again because at one point we played Axis and Allies all night long, and we played for 6 hours, and we weren't halfway done.
Yeah, Axis and Allies is a lot.
Risk is a lot quicker, and we all played Risk too. They were like, "Hey, let's play this new game." I'm like, "All right, let's." God, that was a long game. But yeah, I need those people.
Never heard of Axes and Allies.
It's a long game. It's exactly what you probably think it is. Toys we had as kids and how they affected us as adults. What do you mean by that?
So, is there a toy that you had in particular that sparked some kind of passion in you to do something. For example, I really liked any toys that involved food. Like like the play kitchens or like the actual like fake food. I really liked that stuff as a kid. So
Okay.
like I grew up and I did things that
With
around
food.
food.
Okay.
And like that became a passion of mine. That was a toy that I had as a kid that sparked something in me. Another example is like I had a friend who really liked Connects.
Mm-hmm.
And because he
I
really
hate Connects.
liked Connects, that's part of the reason he became an engineer, was because he really liked Connects as a kid.
So if he liked Legos, he would be a bricklayer, mason.
I don't know. But like you know what I mean? It does not
I got it.
necessarily
No, I got you.
a pattern, but I feel that like the toys that we play with as kids definitely influence us as adults. So, is there any toy in particular that you remember as a kid that might have influenced something about your life today?
I'll go first because Marshall's got to think about it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna have to change your answer, your question slightly,
Sure.
because I don't know if anything actually changed the way any toys changed my life besides collecting purposes, because I have my my gold Bumblebee. That was my very first Transformer toy, and that's what got me into Transformers. And that's why I'm still into Transformers, and I still have him over there, even though he doesn't open up all the way, and some of the gold paint is rubbed off. But he's what it propels me to like Transformers, oddly enough. And then one of my favorite toys growing up was Ace Duck from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. An unliked character, usually. No one really cares about him. He was in the show in like a commercial or something. And
He was a movie character in the show.
Yeah, he was like he was on the TV though. He wasn't even in the episode.
Yeah.
But he was in comic books. He was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures comics with that was Archie Comics did.
Mm-hmm.
And I read those. I didn't read the actual Mirage comics. I didn't read anything. I read those comics, and I loved them. They were cartoony. They weren't like deep or anything. But yeah, I remember going to Clover, the department store. Jamesway is where I got Bumblebee, and I got a little Jamesway tractor trailer truck up there just because of that. And then I got at Clover. We were walking down the aisle, and I saw him. No idea who he was, but he's a duck. He's cool. He's got a bomber jacket. He wears a hat, and he's got these wings. Sold. So I had him. I got him. I got on card of him, and then I have the custom one I did that I stole from someone. I stole the idea from someone that you sent me, Marshall. I forget his name, his Instagram. But yeah, I took some Marvel Legends and cut up an Ace Duck and used some Spawn wings, and there's that. But something that changed, I don't know. The only thing, and I don't know, you might be able to answer that better for me, I think. I don't know. But when I think about things that changed me as a person today, it would be when I was taking world history and we started learning about Egypt. I didn't know anything about mythology. I was in 6th grade maybe. I don't even know what grade I was in. But I have no idea what grade I was in, but I had Mr. Hayes. Know his name, whatever. So we were going through the thing, and we went to we had the Egypt stuff, and I'm seeing these hieroglyphics and the pyramid paintings and these things that are drawn, these creatures. One of them looks like a dog, one of them looks like a bird. They're not 3D drawn. They're crude. They're not crudely drawn. They're just flat. They're drawn flat, but there's something about them. And I didn't know anything about Egypt. I didn't know anything about anything, and I drew a little bit. I doodled more than anything. I drew crappy characters. But once I saw them, I was like, you know what? This is it. Like, I don't know what I want to do, but maybe I want to become like an Egyptologist. Side note, I watch tons of Egypt specials. Those people are crazy. Like the people who specialize in Egypt, their hair is like nasty look. Like they just look like they came out of a loony bin. Every single one of them. And they just look like they're fucking nuts. But so I was in this class, and I'm going through the books, and I'm not listening to the teacher, whatever. I'm looking at the artwork. Okay. Oh, this God's name is this God's name is that. And from that point on, I just started drawing. I came up with my own characters. I took those characters, turned them in my own, but I always kept certain things about it. From that point on, I read as much about Egyptian mythology as I could. I collect all kinds of Anubis stuff, all kinds of Egyptian everything. Got Egyptian tattoos. I drew the way it was drawn inspired me to draw. Like all the way through college and still today. My teachers would be like, you're drawing really flat. Like I would just draw like it. Like everything would be 2-dimensional. I wouldn't add 3D, and it was a choice because that's what inspired me to follow artwork. So, yeah, that's my thing. It's not a toy, but Egypt mythology. That's what got me going. And that's why I think that was the biggest part of making me where I'm at. I gave you plenty of time, Marshall. Come on.
No.
No?
No, I can't think of a toy or anything that would
No Weeble
alter
Wobbles?
me. No.
Light Bright.
No. There was
Potato Head.
Did you
Potato
have
Head
the
children.
little lawnmower that made you like mowing the lawn?
Oh, that bubble
Oh,
pop
God,
thing?
No.
I love that thing.
No, my thing would be going back to like the 80s TV shows and stuff. The
course we are.
characters.
We're
That's
just
what
round. It's
That's
just a big
what
old
I
circle.
liked and all. That's what I would.
Full circle.
Because I was leaning towards science teacher. Because I loved MacGyver and everything,
Mhm.
and that got me into physics and stuff.
They
And-
teach you to do a lot of things with some bubble gum and a
Well, no,
paper
but
clip.
A lot of it, most of it is fact based, and legally they had to take out 1 or 2 steps.
So people couldn't recreate it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but they had actual physics teachers on.
I didn't know. I love that show. It did not age well.
There were some things that were stupid here
Yeah.
and there, but a majority of it is actually, real world
Same thing. Little known fact. Same thing with A-Team. If you didn't know, if you're locked in a barn with 3 of your friends, you can make a tank. Little known fact, but it's true.
But the stuff they used, it did work, right?
It did
No,
work,
but
but
if
it,
you
like
needed-
it just come out of thin air.
They took the steel plates and welded it onto the
Yeah,
car,
how lucky?
and they were
How
good.
lucky is it that they have? If they're locked
How'd
in a
you know
country,
it wasn't there?
Well, no, I'm just saying it clearly was there. They didn't pull that out. But how lucky are they to be in a hillbilly's barn, locked up, and there's a fucking welding torch, and there's all this stuff that they can use.
How many hillbilly barns have you been in?
I've been in a few. Don't you worry.
And how
They
many
don't use-
welders did you see?
None, especially around hay. That shit catches fire.
Well, you gotta look at the time period in the 80s.
Everyone had
You
welders.
didn't have
Everyone had a welder.
Yeah, you didn't have Amazon to just order what you needed, so you had to go make it. Enough said. There you go. Science.
Everybody
Science.
everybody in the 80s knew how to weld.
It's science. I
Science.
can't argue with science.
Can't argue with science.
All right.
And, well, I wasn't even done yet.
Okay.
and then
Sorry.
you
My
had-
apologies, sir.
My fandom with Knight Rider, which I just fell in love with that style of car, and I'm working on one now. Not the I don't know if I want to do the replica.
You should.
I don't
You
know.
wanted to so bad.
I did, but have you ever sat in one?
No, hard. I can only imagine it's too crowded.
You can't. I hit my knees.
Yeah.
You can't go in a circle. It's just for looks.
Right.
They tractor trailer most of them there, or they take out the wheel and
Yeah.
it's. I don't know. I'm just gonna do what I want to do with it, but
Okay.
it's a whole bunch of stuff like that. But go ahead, move on.
No.
I'll
Is
shut
that
up.
all? No. Is that all?
No.
I don't. And then I guess personality rise and stuff. Just watching that stuff and you're like idolizing, and then
Yeah.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
all of it molds you to be a
Mhm.
certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Are you not gonna let me finish?
shut up. So we're about done. I'm just thinking, it ties into my rant earlier, but anything about what do you do or whatever to find enjoyment? This is worded weird. So, find enjoyment in life, not like you're I'm suicidal. I'm going to die, so don't give me any food, like you said. But what doing things to help you rekindle passion in your interests and hobbies. If you've ever had any time when you were like me, when I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sell it all. Anything, any
Well,
moments in time?
I would never let one person.
Well, no, I'm
alter
not
me
saying
like that.
I'm not saying that. I'm like when you're like I've had a couple of years ago. I had the thing with where I sold like 2/3 of my collection just because it was time for me to, and I'm going to do it again. Where I'm just going to sell a bunch of things that I don't want or anything. But I'm more importantly, I'm saying more like if you're collecting or you're any hobby you have, and you get to the point where you're like, I'm losing interest in it. Something I've done for years, painting, and I just don't feel like doing it anymore. It doesn't bring me interest. Anything you've ever had an instant like that where you've lost interest, but then you found a way to rekindle the interest back in it.
I mean, I don't have anything that's like a drastic drop, but like when
Okay.
I cook, I want to do something new.
Okay.
So I have vast interest in cooking, and like sometimes I just get bored with what I'm already doing.
Mhm.
And in order to keep that interest, I want to do something new. I want to cook something new. I want to try something new. And I think that kind of keeps that passion for me, is that I have the ability to do that with cooking. It's like you can
Okay.
keep doing new things.
With me, like I'm looking at your turtle stuff.
Mhm.
So like right now, there's kind of a null in it. So that puts my fandom for it kind of like on a back burner. And then,
because you're not getting the merchandise,
well, yeah, or like
or there's nothing available,
the quality
or
of movie or a comic. But eventually, it could be
Or
like
s-
2 years, 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Something comes out. Oh my god, that's amazing, and just sparks everything back up. But nothing's ever gone. I just like, you know what? I'm putting
it's
this
just
away for a little
it's
bit.
like hibernation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take
Yeah.
a break.
Right.
That's how I am with both of my things. Like I'm big into Transformers and I'm big into Turtles, and it wavers. Like right now I'm not big into Transformers that much, and now I'm big into Turtles because of Super 7.
Yeah.
That kind of rekindled it. But I don't know.
And I was a huge Batman fan, but right now it's kind of like
Just wait
there's
till
nothing good. Yeah.
Just wait till you see that figure I have coming,
We'll see.
if it ever shows up.
I also have. I've stopped with the spending too much.
Well, yeah, you're
It
working
doesn't
on
matter how much
I need to
I
come
love
up.
it. I can't. If it's over 100, no.
See, most of the things I buy are over 100 anymore.
I won't do it.
That's my problem. But I don't buy that. I want to say I don't buy that much, but I get in.
It depends on what it is. You get into these like moments.
I get into these moments where I just spend a bunch, not a lot, but
a good amount. A good amount.
Like I don't put myself in any kind of risk.
Yeah.
I got the money, but I get into those moments where you feel down. Like I get depression every once in a while, and like buying stuff just makes you feel better. And you see, and a lot of times what happens is you'll find one awesome thing will be there, and then a couple days later something else you never heard of is brand new, came out. I'm like, do I need it? And then you buy it, and then of course it doesn't come for a couple years because pre-order's ridiculous anymore. And then you're like, did I want to buy it? Then you have buyer's remorse, and then it comes, and you're like, either, oh my god, this is awesome, or what did I do? But
You very rarely are like, what did I do?
I don't say it out loud, but there are a couple buys I do. But yeah, I need to figure out my spending.
Because
for
I
that.
tell myself, okay, when this comes, what's it going to do a week from now? And a lot of this stuff was just going to sit there.
Well, most of your stuff sits there anyway.
I know, but that's how I tell myself,
Yeah.
like, well, then, you know what? For $100, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, see, no, when mine comes, I take it out right away. That's the thing. I'm a little kid. It's Christmas.
Right.
Open it up, play with it. I was playing with the turtles, the Super 7 turtles for a while. When everything comes, I got to take it out, play with it, make sure I don't break
yeah,
it.
but I tell, what am I going to do a week from now? Am I
Display it.
Am I going? Yeah, and that deters me really.
Really? See, I hate this. Like, my displays are bare because I want to do dioramas and all for them, and I'm going to do one with the movie turtles. But rearranging them as much as I do helps.
You like
Yeah.
it brings you joy to which is why like I hassle you for it sometimes because there's sometimes something that I want you to get done instead.
Right.
But I understand why you do it because it brings you enjoyment to move them around.
Because
to
like
change
looking,
the way they lay,
looking at them is one thing, but they're toys, so you gotta touch them. You gotta play with them. I'm not sitting on the table like, oh, bang, 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 pew, 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 playing with them. I don't usually do that. Let's be honest, but. You got to get your hands on them. They're tactile things. You got to enjoy them. You got to pose them. Change the poses up.
And I think the rearranging of it is something that brings you peace. I think.
Kinda. Like today, I didn't want to do it, but I drug my feet so much, and I was like, it's gonna take forever. It's gonna be meticulous, and because everything is in a new spot. Like the shelving's the same, but everything is swapped, and I'm like. But once I was doing it, I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is my soothing time.
It's your mindful meditation. You don't meditate. This is what you do. You rearrange toys.
I'm fine in my own headspace. I'm fine, quiet. At some point, I got to do that float thing where you're just an hour and a half in a pool,
A deep
no light.
deprivation tank.
Yeah. I'm good with that. So, but yeah, it's nice. Toys are meant to be touched. So,
I can't. Once I set it up nice, it's staying like that.
the only thing that won't move is that the display I have for the turtles that I got to make. Because it's going to be so, in that one with the double detolf shelf thing, it's going to be so goddamn intensive.
What are you gonna have?
I'm going to have, it's going to be, so I have a couple detolfs, so they're the glass cases from IKEA, and it's a couple shelves. I took out one shelf, so it's a 2-shelf big opening space, and I have the NECA movie turtles at the bottom, and I'm going to build a street scene diorama in it. So all the walls are going to be brick and block, carved out of foam and painted, and I'm going to have it lit like it's nighttime, and then in the top space, they're all looking up with their weapons. I'm going to have that Hush, Mafex Batman coming down with his big cloth cape and everything. So he's about to start some shit with them, and they're about to fight him back. So I think that'll look good if I can do it.
That sounds good.
And I've built sets before for when I was in college doing animation, so I got some technique. I've never done it in foam. I usually actually use plaster, and I built sets that are like 10 foot by like
the one
4
in your
foot.
the one in your college
It took up my whole bedroom.
apartment was your entire bedroom.
Yeah. Because it was stop motion, you have to build a set, you have to build puppets, move them in half in the hair. It was insane. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. But like that stuff, because I'm not buying much big stuff. I just gotta fill in what I don't have, like a Venom. I don't have a Carnage. I don't have a Batman. He's coming. And then, like I said, once the conventions start up, I have a bunch of Transformers I have to sell. I'll probably end up selling, deciding what I want to do with the Super 7 Turtle figures that I don't want, whether I keep them or sell them. I just have a bunch of stuff I want to unload so I can make more space. Anything else from anybody?
I don't know.
I'll take that as we're already at 2 hours.
Yeah, I think we're.
This is
we're-
long. All right, but thank you for coming, Marshall.
Yes, thank you
you're
for,
so
for
welcome.
coming to the show.
Sometimes when the world is so sunny
Some outro music.
and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.